So I thought it would be interesting to go on Reddit and look for some relationship posts to respond to, give my kind of take on. I did find a few that I thought would be pertinent to this channel. This first one comes from an 18-year-old female. She states that she is about 6 months into a breakup from her ex. They dated for a little over a year. He was my first everything and meant a lot to me, but right now we don't talk. We're on okay terms and both seeing other people. I'm pretty much healed. I'm in therapy and working through the issues that the breakup has brought up. I know that sooner or later I'm going to get into a relationship again. I'm even sort of entering a relationship right now. I'm not going to get into that about him. My issue is that my ex did a lot of pretty horrible things to me, ranging from verbally insulting me to doing things without my consent. These are pretty difficult things to get over, and I know I will have to talk to my new partner about this stuff eventually, whether it's this boy from my class or not, but I just don't know when or how. You do not, for any reason, have to share or disclose to anyone you are dating what you went through with a past partner. I will repeat that. There is no reason why, if you are so healed, you should be bringing that nasty, disrespectful, lack of consenting, insulting energy into your new relationship. You need to start fresh. You need to pretend that that stuff didn't happen and move on with your life. A lot of women end up shooting themselves in the foot because they're told they need to be honest and open and share and have their partner know everything about them. It is a romance killer. It will change the way people see you and treat you. So be very careful and mindful about what you disclose, and understand that, like, the more people know about you, the more they have to use against you. I really think that this, I don't know where she got this idea that she needs to share. Like, honestly, and in my past, I've been a chronic oversharer. So I know personally why you should not do this. Like, people don't even know that you're traumatized or whatever. Like, if you're healed, you're not anymore. Okay, that's the real thing. That's the real test. If you're healed, really, is it affecting you still? Like, and if so, I think it's just not a good idea to bring it up or bring it out. Like, let it go, let the past be past, learn your lessons and move on. You don't need to bring that energy into your new relationship. And honestly, people will treat you worse if they know that you have had worse treatment. That's just the way it is. People will look at you, judge you, and see you differently. You want people to see you and treat you a certain way, with respect, with dignity. Like, don't let them know that others haven't, okay? Just my word of advice, you don't have to share. Nobody has to share. Don't share. It's really not a good idea. All right, so this is the second one I found. This is from a man, 30-year-old male, 26-year-old female, or no, this is from a woman, sorry. Okay, she said, boyfriend called me selfish for wanting to go per diem at work when we have a baby. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years so far. Oof. Oof. Today we were discussing how in the future I would love to be able to go per diem at work, since per diem would pay more and I'd have more time with the baby. The only downside would be insurance, and we'd need to get our own or through him. He got mad and called me selfish for this. Red flags all over. He kept saying this is an equal relationship and he wouldn't be working more just so I would be happy. Wow. I told him he would not have to work more or pay more in expenses, and he called me childish and delusional and a boomer. I tried telling him this is just a thought and idea that I think would be nice, but he is irritated. I'd even suggest it. I've always paid my share and more even when I didn't have a job and just had savings during school. Wow. I'm not sure exactly how to even feel about this, but I am hurt that he has called me selfish. How can I talk to him about it? how it was hurtful what he said. You need to leave him and move on with your life. This guy does not love you. He does not value you. He does not like you. That's what I see here. I don't know anybody else picking that up. There's no such thing as an equal relationship between a man and a woman, particularly when children are involved. You're going to wreck your body. You're going to go through all of that to bring a new life into this world through yours, okay? I want you to really think about the commitment that is and what it's going to do to you personally, what it's going to mean for you. Your body is going to change, and who you are as a person is going to change. You're going to go through it, all right? So if he wants you and expects you to just be working a regular job, also while your baby is small, like, what kind of man is this? He wants his child to be raised by strangers. He doesn't want to be the one providing insurance, because he would just have to be working a regular job, and you technically could make more just doing it the way you want to do it, which is, you should be allowed to as the woman in the situation. Like, this whole thing is messed up. Also, the fact that you have been with him for 6 years. You have given this man 6 years of your life. You paid more than your fair share. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a 50-50 relationship where you just split the bills, right? Disgusting, okay? Look at this. Really think about it. Like, 6 years of your life. He doesn't know that he wants to tie you down yet. He's just wasting your time, and he's just demonstrated that he doesn't like you, nor does he respect you. Get out of there. Get out of there and find somebody else to have a family with if that's what you want to do, because he's not the one. All right, here is another interesting one I found. Why am I, 24-year-old female, more timid with my BF, 26-year-old male, now than when we were dating? We've only been dating for 2 months. Okay, so you are still dating. You've been dating 2 months. Okay, so I guess your boyfriend, as you call him, is beneficial for a week, and you're more shy, reserved, and timid than you were before you started dating. I think this is probably because you've made a commitment to someone who you don't really know that well. You have upgraded the status of the relationship in your mind to being more than it actually is. And yeah, it sounds like you're unhealed and have trauma from a previous relationship. And yeah, you just don't know him. You met him through an app, so it's not like you're gonna know his friends. You're not gonna know his family. You're not gonna know anyone he knows who can vouch for him and tell you who he actually is. I think you're more timid because you're realizing that it's foolish to make a commitment so soon into dating someone you met on an app. I mean, that's just my opinion. I also feel like, you know, what is this? Maybe it's just that I'm older, but I think it's really silly that you would, you know, get serious or try to have a label or an official relationship with someone you've only been dating 2 months. I mean, what is the expectation? What is the difference between him being your boyfriend and it just being a dating situation? Like, is there a certain expectation on you? What is that? Is this a sexual relationship now? What does that entail for you? I mean, you know, maybe it's just moving a little too fast, and maybe you've made too much of a commitment to someone you don't really know. I would just venture a guess that that's what it is, and your, you know, spider sense is kicking in that, you know, maybe you're rushing into something. All right, next. All right, this is the last one, and it's pretty wild, y'all. All right, so 29-year-old female and 29-year-old male together for 2 years. My boyfriend got me a promise ring a while back, and one night he took it off my hand for me because I asked, and it hasn't been seen since. It was in question whether someone who had been in our house stole it because he was certain he placed it on the ring dish in the bathroom. We have searched the house everywhere and checked the drains. Because we weren't sure if someone stole it, I filed a police report and a claim on my renter's insurance to get money back for it. Recently, he's been agitated and started making comments about how the money is quote unquote his. I told him when the time comes and we get another ring, I'll definitely put the money towards it, but that I have no intent on spending it and I don't feel like it's his either, as it was a gift to me. He has started saying things like how in some states the ring is the man's until you're married. Wow. But this was a promise ring, not an engagement ring. I also explained to him that my policy will now increase because of the claim. Anyway, just wondering if I'm wrong for being against sending him the money. Again, this is another relationship that is not going anywhere, all right? It's a promise ring. He's so cheap, he wants to get the money back for your promise ring. I would hazard a guess to say that he's the one who pocketed the ring. I mean, he's the one who lost it, so he was the last one. You're coming in here and like imagining that somebody else stole it. I really don't think that's the case. I think he is the one who is responsible for the disappearance of the ring, and I think he don't like you. And I think if somebody gives you something, it's yours. And any man who would ask a woman for a ring back, whether it's a promise ring or an engagement ring, is not a man. That's just these are just my thoughts. What do you all think? Because that's wild to me. Like a promise ring, really? He's that cheap. He wants to get his what? What did he spend on a promise ring for you? Like really? Was it really that much? I mean, I guess if she filed an insurance claim, it must be. But I just feel like this is like serious stop, red flag, all over stuff. And this is just an obvious case of someone, like, again, not valuing you. I mean, at any point, if you had broken up with him, what was he going to do? Ask for the ring back? I mean, come on, he'd break up with him. This is my advice. I think that a lot of this stuff is just like people being dumb, people moving too fast, and people just needing to break up because they're in go nowhere relationships with people that are wasting their time. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will probably do another in the near future. Be sure to like it, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment if you are so inclined. Bye.